Y'all, it may be November, but we are harvesting a lot of food, a whole lot of food. Hello, and welcome to Kim's Kozy Corner. I thought I was done harvesting, y'all, and I'm not. We need to get some harvesting done today. Hello, and good morning. We are in Southwest Ohio. We're in Zone 6B, and today is November 3rd. And I thought I was coming out and I thought I was just going to harvest some of my cool season crops, like Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And then I got out here and I realized that I have a ton of green beans again. So we are going to do some harvesting today. I'm bringing you with me, and y'all, I don't think I've ever harvested green beans in November. So we're going to just jump right in. We're going to get started. We will do the green beans first because I am just so shocked in how many green beans are on here. Now, these green beans got a very, very slow start because I had a rabbit early in the year that kept eating the plants back. But once I put some fencing up, the rabbit moved on. And y'all, we've had frost, and y'all, we've had some decent frost too. I don't mean a little bit of frost. We've had some frost. But then we had 80-degree weather last week. A couple of weeks ago, we had more 80-degree weather. And so my garden's a bit confused. It doesn't know what it needs to do. And so while it's doing this, y'all, we're going to harvest. We are going to harvest, and we're going to enjoy everything that we got out here as long as we can. I had stopped watering over here, and we put in some trees, and I've been watering those trees, so I know that the water from those trees are giving this area a benefit as well. So you know what? We are going to keep harvesting. One thing about pole beans, so these are just regular green beans, but they grow up a vine, and you can harvest them at waist level. You don't have to bend your back, if you know what I mean. And one thing about these, I think they have more of a traditional bean taste. These are Blue Lake, I believe. These are Blue Lake green beans. And we're going to get these harvested up. I thought I was done again, and I'm not. So let's get these harvested, and then we're going to move over and harvest a few other things as well. Man, look how pretty these are. Oh, that one's got a bug bite on it. But they are gorgeous. We might as well eat fresh beans as long as we can. There's no rust on them, just perfect beans. I know you're not going to believe me, but there's still blooms over here too. All right, these are the beans from this one area, and I have one more area where we need to pick some beans. Let's go get them. I was able to get a handful of beans from those two pots back there, and in that space right there. So this little handful of beans, I'm in the shade, but this little handful of beans, I'm going to add it to the big messing. All right, let's get these right here. So I was out of town last week on business, and while I was out of town, we had a family friend, or was that the week before? I don't know, my days were running together. We had a family friend come in and get whatever she wanted. I didn't weigh those items. I know she picked up some beans, and I think some tomatoes and peppers. So my count will be a little bit off for the year because we didn't weigh those, but that's okay because I would have given them to her anyway. So we know we're not going to have an exact count, but we'll have an idea of just how much food that we got for the year. But I was ready to add the beans up. I was done, but we can't add them up just yet. When you got this many beans out here, y'all, we gotta eat these. We can't let these go bad. Some of them are already too hard. They got missed, but that's okay. There's still a lot of beans here. I mean, y'all, look at all those beans. That's a lot of beans. And I wasn't here. I'm not canning anymore, I don't believe, unless this basket gets much fuller. But I don't think I'm going to can. This will all be fresh eating at this point. I think I've canned all I need to can for the year, which is a lot, by the way. We canned a lot. But I do have some fun canning projects for this winter. So we'll still be canning in the winter time. Like, y'all, I thought we were done. I just threw stuff on top of the plants because I thought we were done. So I have my indoor grow space set up. If you haven't seen those videos yet, I have a video of how I set up my new grow tent. My brother came and helped. We got it all set up. It's ready to go. Oh, wow. Look at all of that. Look at all them beans. Well, I missed that. Anyway, the grow tent's all set up. It's ready to go. I've already planted seeds. Those seeds have come up, so we'll do an indoor tour here in the next, I don't know, sometime this week I'll get to it to show you kind of where we are. I've planted indoor potatoes. I've already overwintered the sweet peppers. So if you haven't checked out those videos and you're interested in how I do that, those videos are out there for you if you want to check them out. And I've been growing an indoor garden now for several years. Not that I need to, right? I grow everything I need right here during the summer months, but everybody always wants some fresh vegetables every now and then. So keeping something going indoors in the winter helps me from being homesick from the garden. And I definitely will be growing lettuce indoors for sure. What are some of the other things we're going to grow indoors? Lettuce and cucumbers and tomatoes and those overwintered peppers. Y'all, will be eating peppers as well throughout the winter because even though I'm trying to overwinter, they keep producing. So I keep eating. But I don't know if it's just because of where I have this located, but even though some of the leaves have died back, y'all, there's still a bloom or two here or there. So it's just like these plants are in just the right place to keep producing. So, y'all, those are the beans. Y'all, I'm gonna have to weigh that. That's too many not to weigh. So we will weigh these beans along with the other stuff that we're gonna get harvested right now. There's a few broccoli plants right here. Get these cut. There's one up under this thing right here. If I can even get to it. So there's 3. This one has gone to seed, so that's done for. Oh no, there's a sweet pepper. Well, we're gonna grab this sweet pepper. So we got a pepper and some broccoli. Let's move over to the rest of the broccoli. And I know I have more sweet and hot peppers to grab. You know, as you can see right here, my broccoli's done, y'all. I mean, it's done. It don't want to go any farther. It's got seed pods on them right here. This is a seed pod with broccoli, for broccoli. And I'm not harvesting those seed pods though. But the broccoli's done. There's a couple, I think, heads that look halfway decent. I'll go ahead and get these off. But for the most part, I'm not going to fight with the broccoli. We're going to call it good. We had a great year with the broccoli. We could have had an even better year with the broccoli if we didn't have a rabbit, but that's okay. Oh, these look good. Wow, y'all, this broccoli has been going since I think March out here, the end of March, and we're in November, and we are still harvesting side shoots of broccoli. And that's a blessing. That's a good thing. And I will take it. I could have had even more if I didn't let it go to seed. All of these flowers, and you can eat broccoli flowers. You can eat them. I don't, but you can. I will give a complete update on how my garden did for this season in a few weeks, since it looks like I'm still harvesting. This is my last broccoli area, and again, this broccoli has been going all season. Now, some people say, well, Kim, how did you do that? How did you handle the heat? Does it not get hot in zone 6B? Yes, it gets hot in zone 6B. But I have these plants set up just east of some apple trees. So when that hot evening sun hits, these broccoli plants are protected. And I grew cool season crops through this space all season long. So I had broccoli over here. I had cabbage. I had cauliflower over here. And honestly, this broccoli right here did better than any broccoli I planted. And it's the first season with this metal raised bed. So I don't know if it's the soil. I don't know if it's the location. I didn't do anything that I wouldn't have done with any of my other plants, but you can see they are dying back. And they're getting all kinds of bugs on them too. Ooh. Yeah, we're pretty much done with these as well. Because I'm not going to fight through no bugs, y'all. I got tomato plants growing over here. What is that called? Ground cherries growing over here. Yeah, we can't have that over here either. So all of the squirrels would come over here and they will grab those ground cherries and they would have a feast in my garden, in this bed and that one there. And so I have ground cherries growing everywhere. Now I will not grow ground cherries next year. They were okay. The family wasn't crazy about them. We did it, we tried it. We can say that we did it. Even though I don't plan on growing any, I may have to grow some anyway because the seeds are everywhere. So that's the broccoli. Now let's go get sweet peppers. Now I am down to one GreenStalk vertical planter of peppers. And I put this up when we had some of the deepest frost, right? I rolled it into my garage and I brought it back out. And then we didn't water for weeks. But last week, like I said, it was in the 80s. And these 4 tiers that I didn't take indoor continued to produce. And so we are going to harvest all of this goodness. I don't even know where to start. Well, actually, if it's green, I'm not going to harvest it because we still have great weather to come. Now look at these blooms. It's November 1st and I have blooms. But if it's green, I'm not going to harvest. We'll come back and harvest later this week since we still have good weather. So I know they'll continue to grow and produce. There's a notapinium. I got some habanadas here, some nice bright orange habanadas. They're just as bright and pretty. And I chose not to take these 4 tiers indoors. But I do believe I will roll this into my garage and try to overwinter them in my garage. We'll see what happens. It'll be great if it did and I didn't have to produce any peppers next year or grow any seedlings. But if not, we got the ones indoors that we're working on. I gave these a watering this morning. I really should give them a little bit of fertilizer, but I'm not. That's just one more thing to do that I'm not going to do today. I got too many other things to do. Like I said, I've been gone for 7 days and like literally 7 days. So I lost part of my weekend last week and I lost part of it this week as well with traveling. So y'all, these are going to be yellow yummies if they have time to turn yellow, and it's full. There's at least 10 on there, if not a dozen. Yummies right there. There's some yummies right here. So the yummies are my 10-year-old seeds. And I have yellow, orange, and red yummy peppers. And that's what's up here in this top tier. Y'all, there are more beans here. Look at these beans. Y'all, is this normal? Should I be growing green beans in November in zone 6B? Well, last year I was in zone 6A, and I would have definitely told you no. But since my zone changed, my temperatures are warmer than what they used to be. I still get cold, I just don't have as many of those super cold days anymore. But I'm still picking off green beans, y'all. Now, I didn't water anything except for the pepper tower. That's it. Because honestly, I didn't think there was anything on here. I should have looked. But there are beans on here. These are yellow wax beans. And they look like they did back in June and July. They look good. Yellow wax beans. Beautiful, beautiful beans. They all getting mixed together this time. No separation. I'm going to weigh them as beans. I mean, that's gorgeous. That's a gorgeous bean. I'm going to have to say the bumper crop was what? We're going to say beans for sure. But beans always do really well for me, so that's not a surprise. Black cherry tomatoes definitely were a bumper crop this year. And what else? Oh, potatoes. I did really well with potatoes this year. I don't know, y'all. I got to look at the numbers. Once I look at the numbers, I'll make the video so you'll get to see what really, really produced well for us. Now look at that. November harvest. And we're not done. We're not done. I am going to go harvest the kale next. Ooh, y'all, I know what else I got to harvest. I got kale, and I got Korean radish, and I got Brussels sprouts. Let's go grab those last three. Y'all, and I got tomatoes. All right, I got to get some more baskets. All right, we'll do kale first. Where did I lay my gloves? I got gloves somewhere. All right. So this is kale, and honestly, it's not the type kale that I thought it was, because it's a curly kale, but the curly kale that I'm used to doesn't grow like this. But it's delicious. And my girls are not crazy about kale. So what I do, this is how you trick them, y'all. Mix it with a green that they do like. And they'll never know that it's in there. Beautiful, beautiful kale. Beautiful. I don't know if I told you, but my brother's coming back to help me with another project, which I'll be sharing with you very soon. Yep, while my brother's available, I got to kind of stop what I'm working on and move over to the stuff that he's going to help me with. I think that's good enough. That's definitely more than one meal for my family. Now, it looks like all of my tomato plants have died back. And most of these tomatoes are no good. Most. But there are a handful here that the skins are still tender that we're going to grab. These 3 or 4 will give me some tomatoes in my salad to go with the spaghetti that we're having today. I had a handful of peppers over here, if I remember. You know, these are hot peppers, so I have to separate these out. I hope Mom didn't pick them and think that they were sweet peppers. Uh-oh, that's not good. I know I saw peppers over here. Oh, there they are. There they are. And these are mildly hot peppers, very mild. Most people would say that they're not hot peppers. At this point, variety doesn't really matter. And for these hot peppers, I'm not going to wait for these to turn red. They usually take a little longer. Okay, there are a few over here. This is the first year I've ever grown serrano peppers. Y'all, I like that. They grow very well. And my daughter planted some in her garden, and they're doing well in her garden as well. Now, she's in Georgia, so obviously they're still doing well in her garden versus mine. All right, peppers are not happy in this container. Y'all, more beans. I didn't see these dragon tongue beans. I just assumed there was none over here because the plant looked so bad. But down low, it's like they got new life. And there's a tomato, and there's nothing wrong with it. It was on the ground. Put that right there. And y'all, I had to put the peppers, the hot peppers, and the sweet peppers in the same container. If y'all don't hear anything from me for a few weeks, you know my family put me out. My garden said, don't give up on me. That's what my garden said. It said, don't give up. I got more life in me. Now, to be honest, I thought that weather came a little too soon, that cool weather. Like I was picking tons and tons of tomatoes throughout October, but this year everything died back because we had that cold snap and it was so dry too. So anyway, but the reason why I'm sitting here right now, because we are going to pick my Korean radish. And y'all, I've waited too long. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I've waited too long, but I have to get all of them out. So this is a Korean radish, and honestly, that don't look bad. That is a good looking Korean radish right there. That looks good. I only have a handful over here, maybe a half dozen if that, but we're gonna pull them all out today. Y'all look at that. That looks good. And I don't think it's too big. I really don't. I think that's gonna be amazing. And I grew Korean radish all season long. I didn't only grow in the spring. I planted these in the summer, but I planted them right here. And it was being protected by all of these other things shading it out during the hottest parts of the day. And I believe, look at this, y'all. Oh my goodness. I believe that's why I'm getting such a great harvest. That's 3 right there. Oh, there's a couple I can leave in here and let grow a little bit longer, but this is the mama or the daddy. Oh, wow. Y'all look at this. It said, I don't know which way to go, so I'm going to go in 3 different ways. It had 3 roots coming off of it. That's why it was looking all bumpy and lumpy. Look at that one. Look at that. I'm going to leave all 3 of those in there because they got room. They're not super huge. I'm going to let those keep growing. Not that I'm going to water them. I won't be watering those, y'all. Look. Y'all look at this. Oh my God, that's heavy. Can y'all see that? Oh, it's heavy. I didn't mean to drop the leaves, but... And I got all of this right here. Y'all, it may be November, but we are harvesting a lot of food. A whole lot of food. And I'm not done yet. I got to go over there and get those Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, here we come. So, my Brussels sprouts are very happy. Very, very, very happy. Y'all, they got to get some frost, which that improves the quality of your Brussels sprouts. I've already harvested them once. Here's some more Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to harvest probably just enough for a meal. I don't want to harvest everything, but we're going to harvest plenty for maybe a couple of meals. I thought no one ate Brussels sprouts but Mom and me. Last time I made Brussels sprouts, little Charlie tried to eat all my Brussels sprouts. Well, we can't have that. Now, some of my Brussels sprouts opened up, so they're not like a little baby head of cabbage anymore. I heard that you can still eat them, so I might go ahead and pull a couple of those as well, since I missed timing on those. Y'all, I'm gonna have more than I need off of this one plant. All right, we're gonna finish harvesting this plant down low, and then I want some purple ones. I've never harvested the purple ones yet. I had somebody ask me, how do I get my Brussels sprouts to grow in the summer? They wanted to know if it was a special variety or something like that. And it's not, but I grow my Brussels sprouts in the very back of my garden. Back in this corner where I am, it is the most shaded place in the garden. No evening sun whatsoever. And that's why I chose this spot, because I hear Brussels sprouts can be finicky, and so I wanted to get them in a good spot. So I'm very happy with the spot this year. Okay, let's get some of these purple ones though. And these should continue to grow. They're going to just keep growing and growing and growing because they're just now getting happy with the weather. So I'm going to let them keep growing and growing. I'm going to have to call my friend and find out if they eat Brussels sprouts so that they can enjoy some of these so they don't go bad. Wow, they look so good. I'm going to have to pick some of these because they're not looking happy. Didn't want to. There are the Brussels sprouts. And that's all the Brussels sprouts we're going to pick today. All right, y'all. How did we do for a November 3rd haul? I mean, the radish by itself, that's at least 5 pounds, if not more, of radishes. But y'all, this is it. This is our November 3rd haul. And we are going to do the weights on it because it's too many not to count. So just to the side of me here are all the weights of everything that we're harvesting today. The Korean radish, of course, for the kale, I'm not going to weigh that. I'm going to just call that 2 meals. And then I got mixed Brussels sprouts, y'all. And that's probably only 1.5 meals, maybe 2. That's probably 2 meals. We don't cook a lot at any one time. We don't believe in wasting food. And then all of these beans and broccoli, a handful of tomatoes that we can use with some lettuce and make some salad. But there are the total weights. Thank you for coming along with me today for this harvest. I need to get this out the way so we can start tearing this garden down and doing something very special in the garden to come. So if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Please tell everybody about the channel. I am enjoying myself and I hope you are enjoying the content as well. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out with me, Kim, at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.